Hi, writers. Really excited to launch our new unit today. It is historical fiction writing. It is a fun unit because you get to write stories. I know so many of you love writing stories. And it's also fun because you get to write about a historical time period. Historical fiction is really interesting because it's both a made up story, but it happens in a time that actually happened. And we've been reading some historical fiction together so that you get a sense of it. Rose Blanche, we've been reading uh, other books for our read alouds, but today we're going to try it in writing. And so here's what I want to teach you today. What I want to teach you today is this. Historical fiction writers generate ideas, just like all writers generate ideas. The first thing we do is we come up with several different ideas, plural, more than one, so that we can pick one we want to work with. So here's how one way you can do this with historical fiction. Step one, think of problems that kids face today. Like, what are some problems you might face today? Step two, imagine what might that problem look like for a kid in historical time period that you know well. Step three, jot the story ideas, several, as many as you can, like 3, 5 different ideas. You could write them as little blurbs of like what the story might be about. You could write a quick list of the story synopsis. You could write quick paragraphs. You could jump in and try out the story. So let's try it. I'm going to show you how I might do this, and then I'm going to send you off to try it. Okay? Are you ready? So first thing I want to think of is some problems that I know fourth graders tend to face. I know that you often talk about, and I remember from my own life thinking back to fourth grade, some things, problems that we faced, that you face and that we faced, or peers that you know have faced, include bullying, maybe parents who are missing or too busy for the kids, fitting in with others, maybe mean siblings or grown-ups, and there's others. There's many problems that I did not list here. So let me think here. How could that look in a historical fiction story? Let me get out my notebook here and show you. You could type your in writing workshop, as you know. You can also write if you like to write by paper, or if somebody else at home is using the computer right now. So I might say historical fiction ideas. Let's see here. Bullying. Maybe I could write about a boy who is a colonist, right? Who gets bullied by older loyalist boys, right? Um, that's one idea I can, or vice versa. I could write about a boy who's a loyalist who gets bullied by older colonist boys. All right, what are some of my other problems again here? Missing parents. How could that look in a time period? Why might a parent be missing in the American? Oh, maybe the parents were off to fight in the war. Oh, like a kid whose parents are off fighting. And maybe who would take care of a kid if the parents are, oh, maybe he stays with the grandparents and the grandparents are loyalists. Grandparents are loyalists. Oh no, there's a problem there, especially if the parents are fighting for the colonists. Let's see, what's my problem list? Do you see what I'm doing here though? I am thinking of several story ideas and what they might look like, problems that kids today face, what they might look like in history. And I know the historical time period well, so it does come pretty quickly to me. Fitting in, how could, I try to think of different perspectives here. Maybe there's like a British boy who comes to visit the colonies, a British boy or girl, it could be either, who likes the colonists, but he is distrusted by the others because they think he's a loyalist, but maybe he actually believes in the colonies, and then maybe he believes in the revolution, but they don't trust him because he seems too British. So here's me. This is my style. I just wrote a few blurbs, jotting down. And the next step I want to do is I might start, writing a paragraph, starting out the story. So let me show you what that could look like. Because another option you have is you can write on the computer if you have a device available to you, or if that's how you like to write. So here are some of my story ideas. I did some blurbs, and this would be the next step. After you've finished your ideas, then you could start writing the story. So let's see here. I'm just gonna try one of them. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right. I kind of like this one, maybe, right? I'm gonna try this one. All right. what was the time? Well, I know there was Paul Revere, so maybe my kid's name is Paul. Paul sat at the window watching lobsterbacks march down the street. I hate them so much, he thought. Um, I wish I could see my mom and dad right now. What are you doing? Asked his grandmother. I told you to sweep the floor, not um, daydream, right? So basically what I'm doing here is I'm starting the story, a couple paragraphs, and maybe I've like changed my mind and I want to go to another story. The point is today is this: you're just generating ideas. You are generating those ideas for historical fiction by taking these steps, by thinking of problems that kids face today, by imagining what that problem could look like in a historical time period, and then just jotting down several ideas. The goal for you today is to come up with ideas, not just one. So make sure that you're listing, you're blurbing, you're making paragraphs about more than one idea. And don't forget, think of problems and how they look today, all right? You can do this anytime you want to write historical fiction. You can take these steps. And anytime you're writing any piece of writing, you want to generate several ideas so you have many to choose from later. Good luck. Have fun. I'll check in with you later.